Kickstarter Pickstarter. One of them was almost going to be news until I realized it was a Kickstarter. That's how crazy it is. Looney Labs has put up their Kickstarter for the game Pyramid Arcade.
If you don't know, Looney Labs has brought us some amazing games such as Flux.
Flux, the board game. Zombie Flux.
Flux. But yeah, they're one of those ones that you probably have played one of their games.
Yeah.
Oh, the new Mad Lib one. I forgot about that.
That's right. They have their this pyramid thing is actually an evolution of something they've been doing for a while, which is they have released these little boxes of these transparent pyramid-shaped things.
Cones.
Yeah. I don't know what like a 3D pyramid. And
the pyramid is the 3D.
Yeah, it is. They're different. I could draw a 2D pyramid, to be fair.
That'd be a triangle.
Not if it's like shaded and it's a pyramid. Trust me, I'm a geometrist.
Welcome to the new hot topic, but pyramid versus triangle.
So anyway, you could buy these different pyramid packs, and they had different games. Well, this one gives you a bunch of those pyramids, and there are 22 different games that you can play within this. So they're kind of like little, some of them are micro games, some of them are deeper experiences, but they're all using some of these shared components all with these pyramids. So like there's one that's kind of like chess, there's one that's kind of like Risk, there's one that's a dexterity.
I saw that one was like a puzzle game, one just 2, one 4. This seems to follow a lot of the, made me think, I think 504 was the number?
A little bit like the game 504, but with way less, way fewer, sorry. It's a grammar thing. And they're also, it reminded me kind of, there's been other examples of this where like, components sharing games. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it looks pretty fun. It doesn't, it is Looney Labs, so I don't think this is going to convert anybody who's into the really hardcore games, but for the amount of variety, and also like you can create your own games using these pyramids, and people have done that, and probably they're going to release more rule sets in the future, so I wouldn't be surprised at all if you had more than 22 options in there. It just seems like a cool thing to be able to have a box of pyramids, and it's almost like buckyballs or something, or like silly putty, you know what I mean? It reminds me of more of like a toy, like an old-fashioned kind of toy with a bunch of different ways you can use it than a modern board game. That goes for the hefty price right now of $77. You can get a cheaper version if you already have some of these pyramids, which you may or may not, I don't know. But that's Pyramid Arcade. And next, all the ones we have today are, I feel like, from companies that we're familiar with, that we've talked about before. Next one comes from Action Phase Games, Aeon's End.
Yes. In this game, in essence, the world already ended.
Okay.
The apocalypse came. These breaches opened. These monsters known as the Nameless came and pretty much destroyed most of humanity. There's one town left, and you are what are called breach mages, in which you are able to pull magic from the actual breaches where the Nameless came from, and you are trying to stop a particularly large one. Sort of like Legendary. There's the Mastermind. There's the main one. It is a deck building game, also like Legendary, but it plays more like Dominion, in which all the decks are set up beforehand. There's a lot of different decks, so it's not like you always have the same eight piles each time. You can shuffle it up as you please. And you get a Breach Mage, which has a special ability. Some do healing, some go through the monster deck faster. And of course, there's also the bigger card, who has his own health, which I think they always said is like around 70. All your health is 10. And there's also a town health, though. So you have to watch not only yourself, but also the town. And
cooperative?
Yes, this is cooperative. So it's a really fun deck building game in which it sort of takes a lot from, like I mentioned, Dominion, Legendary, and stuff in this new sort of fantasy way. And each boss, which is really cool, is not just like, unlike Legendary, Legendary is more like it has some special rule. Mm-hmm. A lot of them came with their own deck cards and stuff.
So it's a lot more customized.
Yeah, for each one. Like, I know the one video I saw, he has this card has his own corruption. One comes with his own special minions. One literally eats away at what cards you can buy and stuff. So they do a lot more to, like, when you're facing these special nameless ones.
I wonder how the the randomized different deck piles works out, because I know in Machi Koro, some people, the expansion, it started with a set and the expansion made it randomized, and some people really like one over the other. But it must be, like, it's hard, I would think it might be hard to balance if it's always random.
No, the Machi Koro one's different. That Machi Koro becomes more like Legendary, in which there's a deck face down.
I thought it was different piles.
Oh, I thought it was maybe then we played it wrong when we did the expansion.
I don't even know if I played it with the expansion. Okay, yeah. Either way, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I know. Personally, usually, I'm not as much of a fan of. I like the DC deck building lineup, the legendary lineup, like not knowing what's next to buy. But this is, I still think, I mean, Dominion is the start of deck building. And I have to say, I'm really surprised this is coming from Action Phase Games, because the previous games I can think of, Ninja Camp, Heroes Wanted, much more jokier, lighter. And this is much darker.
Yeah,
you can see the artwork.
But I'm out a little bit.
Yeah, and I'm really excited to try it out, to get a chance to play it, because I think it looks really cool. I'm always a fan of the deck building mechanic. And yeah, I've trusted them from 2 games before that I've enjoyed.
They do good stuff.
Yeah.
That goes for $48.
Yeah, we should mention they're already over 2 times their suggested goal, so they've hit a whole bunch of stretch goals.
Yeah, I think all of these have been fun that we're going to talk about. Which brings us to our very last one, which is I think this rivals the Elf, Vampire, and the Cthulhu in terms of titles.
Ooh.
It's called Cow, Tiger, Santa Claus.
Oh, is this the expansion for that?
This comes from Button Shy Games. It's another one of their wallet-sized games, which they do a bunch of. And if you're watching this, there's only a few days left on it, because they tend to like to do these for like a week or 2, and that's it. And I think it's because they're so small. They must sell them on their site in addition. But this is all their games are wallet-sized, but this one is actually meant to be a travel game. And the game the license play game everybody plays, where you try and find
as many different states as possible. Yeah.
Well, this is kind of a takeoff on that. So it has a set of cards of 3 different difficulty levels, and you randomly 1 from each difficulty, and whoever can spot all 3 first wins. But for instance, one of them is a cow. If one person sees a cow, like no one else can claim that cow. You have to see a different cow if you want to get it in. So yeah, it's very, very simple.
Oh, I just imagine I really hope they get this out before Gen Con.
Oh, they said they are going to.
Okay, because then that's perfect. In fact, we should try to get one.
Yeah,
first.
yeah.
But I just imagine, in the middle of driving, just 2 people. Cow! I got it first. No, I did.
That's when the fights begin. Yeah.
But no, I think that's perfect. And like I said, right before Gen Con.
Yeah, they said they're going to have it for the summer, so it'll be perfect for that. It's only $8. So if you like travel games, because there aren't that many, I would love more stuff like that to play in the car.
No, I mean, I remember when we were coming back from Gen Con, though I wouldn't call these travel games per se.
Right.
But playing Dark Stories and Spyfall, granted we wish we had more people for Spyfall, was a lot of fun for the road trip, which I didn't think was that bad to begin with. But then on the way back, with just being able to read those stories and
it's good to have something to entertain you on a long car ride, for sure, to keep your sanity a little bit.